Hey guys, welcome back to the Dirt Fishing Dad YouTube channel. Dan here. We're gonna go over some little artifacts that been in the background of my videos. Gentleman asked to see one of them more up close. I have a few here, but first it's what you totin'. This I believe is a Queen number 10, no tang stamp. Sometimes I guess for a period, Queen was known not to stamp their tangs for whatever reason. It's a nice little jackknife. Nice patina on that blade. Half stops. Rogers bone. And the only issue is that bone has cracked away from that pin there. I need to do a little repair because it is a little bit loose. If I keep that going, these outer pins will crack too. Here's a Schrade Cutco, and yes, this is another worn out Dirt Fishing Dad knife. See there, Schrade Cutco. This is the only decent blade, and it is about 50%. This one is gone basically, but that thing is sharp, and I use it to open packages. This other little blade here is also pretty much gone. You could use that for a paunch if you wanted to, but it is also sharp. All right, sorry about that. On to the artifacts. First two, I'm not even sure are artifacts. They just are probably formed by water. All these items were given to me by a buddy's dad. I was metal detecting his old property, late 1700s stone house on the property. And he said, hey, you like history? Go into the barn, and there's some stuff sitting on a side raft or a side joist. And these were just been laying there for years, he said. He said they were there when he bought the place. These are probably just formed by water in the local creek. Or creek, sorry. I grew up in Washington State, right on the Idaho border, so we call that a creek. Some people call it a creek, I don't know. You can argue that one in the comments. The next one is this steel. I think this is a cannonball or small cannonball. I'm not good on my artifacts, Civil War or otherwise, but that is cool. I don't know, it could be a big steel ball bearing out of some big giant piece of machinery for all I know, but I'm calling it a cannonball. I like that better. The next one could also be something just found in the creek, but that looks man-made to me. I don't know, it's got like it just fits your hand too well. And that hole was I think it was obviously done by a human. But there's like a thumb, it just fits your hand. There's a thumb hole there, a thumb hole there. I don't know if they use that for like scraping or what. That has to have been man-made. I don't know. You guys tell me. The next one is obviously native. This is a scraper. I mean, it just fits. You could see that concave there. It just fits your thumb. And on the back, there's a spot for your finger, your first finger and your middle finger. I mean, it just fits so perfect. Scraping hides. You can use it for both sides. It fits my hand better this way, but you could definitely use it. There's a thumb like concave there. You can see that. And a spot for your two fingers on that side. But very, very, very cool. It was very nice of this gentleman to give me this stuff. And it was just sitting in his barn rafters. The next one is a mortar or a pestle or grinder. You can see the groove purposely fashioned. And I guess you would hold that and grind grain, whatever you needed, grinded. It's very cool. Very, very cool. It does have a a newer chip right there. I think that happened in my move. These were placed, they weren't thrown, they were placed in the floorboard of my truck. But it must have bumped up against something and chipped that. But this is an old chip, done who knows when. Pretty cool. And the next one and last one is a half of, or I believe what is a half of what I just showed you. I don't know, that broke in half at some point. Or maybe that was purposely built that way. I am not sure. I am not an expert on these artifacts at all. But that was definitely man-made. Very, very cool. All right, that concludes my little video on these artifacts that I have in the background of my videos. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It's let's see here. What is the time here? It's almost 6 o'clock a.m. here in Tucson. I'm headed up north for a little road trip and a knife hunt. We'll see what we find. Thanks for joining me.